Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. As always, thank you so much for joining me as we talk some more Harry Potter content. In part 1 of this 2-part video, we're going to be taking a look at 15 Harry Potter spells and potions that should be illegal. So, funnily enough, among pretty controversial potions and spells, the Unforgivable curses are the only ones that are banned outright, and for very obvious reasons. Strangely enough, there are more than a few spells and potions that may not deserve to be prohibited, but should require stricter legislation when considering their use in society. Harry was almost expelled from Hogwarts for using the Patronus charm and being underage. But it seems that older wizards can always use violent spells and violate people's bodies and minds without any consequences. Number 15. Sectum Sempra shows the power of spells that Aurors don't even know. Harry found this spell in the Half-Blood Prince's potion book. Sectum Sempra is a spell in the Wizarding World created by Severus Snape in his youth that creates deep wounds that can't be healed. It differs from Defendo because it curses the target, making it likely that the person dies. Harry almost kills Draco Malfoy with it, but it's lucky enough that Snape knows the counter curse. Snape accidentally also hits George Weasley's ear with Sectum Sempra, and the redhead lost his ear forever. Sectum Sempra should be illegal for obvious reasons. However, since the Ministry of Magic is unaware of this curse, they can't do anything about it, which brings to the surface another issue with spells in the Wizarding World. Anyone talented enough can create powerful and hurtful spells without the Ministry of Magic knowing about it. There needs to be a strict limitation when it comes to spell creation and its uses. Number 14. Draught of Living Death can be used for terrible things. Harry successfully made this potion thanks to the Half-Blood Prince. Much like its ominous name seems to suggest, the Draught of Living Death is a powerful sedative that simulates death. Many believe this might be the potion used by Juliet to escape with Romeo before he thought she was truly dead. Hogwarts students learn to make this complex concoction during their 6th year in the Wizarding World's illustrious school. A potion that makes the user fall asleep to the point of not being able to wake up could be used for horrifying purposes. The fact that any Hogwarts students should graduate with this knowledge is scary. Draught of the Living Dead surely has medical uses, but it should be limited to that special area and forbidden to the rest of the population. Number 13. The Tickling Charm isn't as soft as people imagine. Harry uses the spell against Malfoy, twice, in the Chamber of Secrets and the Deathly Hallows. The Tickling Charm, known as well for its incantation, Rictum Sempra, provokes uncontrollable laughter at the target of the spell. It's regularly used, defensively, to incapacitate the opponent, who will double down in laughter. It seems pretty harmless to make someone laugh, but to keep them that way for hours would turn into a torturing method far more terrifying than the Cretaceous Curse. Hogwarts students learn this spell from a very young age, since Harry used it against Malfoy in the duel in his 2nd year. Presumably, the staff would take care of any student attacking someone with Rictum Sempra, so it wouldn't be a big problem. Outside Hogwarts, however, someone could keep the spell on another person for days, potentially destroying their mind. Number 12. Forgetfulness Potion could alter people's memories without their consent. There isn't much information about the Forgetfulness Potion in the Harry Potter series beyond what the name suggests. Seemingly, this potion would cause a certain degree of memory loss. Hogwarts students learn to make this in their 1st year, as it's considered a beginner's concoction. For such an easy potion in the Harry Potter world, it seems like it could be used to tamper with people's memories. This would allow a criminal to commit any number of crimes and cause confusion for their victims. Any substance that alters people's minds should be, if not prohibited, at least very regulated in the Wizarding World, much like they are on the Muggle side. Number 11. Amortentia can undermine romantic consent. A wizard or witch can buy love potions at Weasley's Wizard Wheezers. Amortentia is one of the most effective love potions in history, generating feelings of such intensity that its consumers are completely and utterly at the romantic mercy of the potioneer. Of course, this potion doesn't produce true love as much as it mimics the feeling with incredible accuracy. As tempting as it sounds, Amortentia is both dangerous and problematic, since it can easily be employed as a potion version of the Emperor's Curse. Ron Weasley accidentally drinks some of this potion, which Romilda Vane intended Harry to drink. It caused great confusion for the redhead, and if Harry hadn't been there, he could have done something against his will. Voldemort's mother also used some of the love potion or enchantment to trick a muggle into marrying her. Not only that, but this artificial relationship brought a young Voldemort into a hostile world that didn't want him. Number 10. The unbreakable vow has rather fatal consequences. Snape promises Narcissa that he will take care of Draco in the Half-Blood Prince. A rather rarely used spell in the Harry Potter world, the unbreakable vow is created between two people who swear a specific vow to each other in front of a witness. Once this is complete, the individuals involved are beholden to maintain the terms of the agreement or face death by some form of magical retribution. The unbreakable vow is no joke, and it is seldom used. If at all, in fact, the one made between Snape and Narcissa Malfoy was never broken. A responsible government should not allow people to bargain with their lives, even if they do so willingly. The spell should be as forbidden as Avada Kedavra, as it causes irreparable accidents. For example, Fred and George almost convinced Ron to do one when they were kids, and if it wasn't because their father caught them at the time, it's difficult to imagine what could have happened. Number 9. Obliviate has enormous potential for misuse. Hermione alters her parents' memories without their consent in Deathly Hallows. The memory charm made famous by Lockhart's ruthlessness, the charming wizard would alter the memories of heroic people and attribute their courageous actions to himself. Obliviate could be beneficial in terms of erasing negative or painful memories, or making muggles forget the existence of the magical world if they discovered it somehow. But this is clearly a violation of human rights. In addition to the risks posed by casting the spell badly, such as having a backfire on the caster, Obliviate can theoretically change any memory one wants. This spell would become especially alarming if the authorities decided to use it on civilians. It's also quite problematic that wizards think that they are entitled to delete muggles' memories. Number 8. The Elixir of Life can easily be used for nefarious purposes. Nicholas Flamel destroyed his Philosopher's Stone to avoid it falling into the wrong hands. The Elixir of Life is likely the rarest and hardest potion to make in Harry Potter, given that its main ingredient is the Philosopher's Stone. However, Nicholas Flamel managed to make it and live up to 600 years old. This potion grants its drinker eternal life as long as they don't miss a single dose. The ethics of immortality aside, what would happen if Lord Voldemort decides that the Elixir of Life is the answer he's been looking for? He doesn't, mainly because of his arrogance and not because it cannot give him what he wants. And there's always going to be another Dark Lord somewhere down the line. The fact that Nicholas Flamel had one available for any evil wizard to grab was enough proof of the elixir's negative potential. With that down, thank you so much for joining me in part 1 of this 2-part video as we take a look at 15 Harry Potter spells and potions that should be illegal. Before you leave, make sure you hit the like button and consider becoming a subscriber of the channel if you haven't done so far, as it goes a long way to supporting my content and I would really appreciate that. As always guys, I will see you in the next video.